All right, guys. So next, we're going to look at the coordinate geometry formulae. And this might be the last thing we look at this evening. All right, and we'll pick this up at another time. Guys, so the coordinate geometry formulae. Something I want to highlight here is that the coordinate geometry formulae, they are not on the CXC formula sheet. So CXC has a formula sheet and the coordinate geometry formulae are not on it. What that means is that you have to remember them. What that means is that you have to remember them. All right, guys, so let's start. Now, if the coordinates of any 2 points, A, which is x1, y1, and B, which is x2, y2, on a straight line are known or are given, the gradient of the line M is vertical rise over horizontal shift. Let me try and see if I can explain this idea of vertical rise over horizontal shift to you. All right, let us say I'm going from A to B. Let us say I'm moving from A to B. In moving from A to B, this would have been the horizontal distance I would have moved. This would be the horizontal distance I would have moved. That distance is called the horizontal shift. In moving from A to B, this would be the vertical distance I would have moved. This distance is called the vertical rise. Gradient M is equal to the vertical rise over the horizontal shift. Students who do physics might actually come across this. Now, vertical rise is actually what? Y2 minus Y1. And the horizontal shift is actually X2 minus X1. So there's an error here, and you guys are gonna have to fix it in your book. This should have been 2 here, and this should have been 1. So guys, when you get your book, fix it. So this is X2 minus X1. The formula for the gradient of a line, if the coordinates of 2 of the points are known, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, I think I saw Janelle teacher teaching this, and he didn't write the formula the same way, but the effect was the same. All right, but the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So as I said, so I'm not so sure, Anaya, is this how your teacher taught the formula? Or did they teach it a little differently?
I think they taught us a little bit differently.
All right, good. But the net effect, trust me, is going to be the same. I hope you guys don't get confused. You guys are very smart, so I hope you guys don't get confused. I think if you use it, you shouldn't have any problem. But all right, so or maybe you can ask your teacher Anaya if the formula written like this is okay. All right, the formula for determining the length of the line L, that is the length of the line from A to B, is the square root of y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square. You might not recognize it, but this is actually Pythagoras theorem. It's actually Pythagoras theorem, and I'll show you why. let's say that this is y2 minus y1. This is A and this is B. And this is x2 minus x1. Pythagoras theorem is saying that AB would be equal to the square root of y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square. So the formula is actually Pythagoras theorem. When you get a chance, you can think about that. Now, the formula for calculating the coordinates of the midpoint. Now, the middle of the line is what you call the midpoint. And the formula for calculating the coordinates of the midpoint is the midpoint M is x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. Lastly, the formula for determining the equation of the straight line is y is equal to m into x minus x naught plus y naught. It's a formula. The inputs for the formula, so these are the inputs. The inputs for the formula are m, which is the gradient of the line, and x naught, y naught, which are the coordinates of any point on the line. All right, what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you this, the formulas in action. All right, that's the next thing we're going to do. All right, so this is example 2. You have A, I'm not going to do A, I'm going to do B. So we can go back and you can do A, but I'm going to do B. Guys, B says P, which is the point 1, 1, and Q, which is 5 minus 7, are 2 points on a straight line. Determine the coordinates of the midpoint of line segment PQ. But before I do that, I'm going to give you a sketch. I'm going to do a sketch of this situation, so you have a visual appreciation of what you're doing. This is the y-axis. And this is the x-axis. I'm just doing a sketch so you can get a visual appreciation of what you're being asked to do. Let's label this. This is 2, then minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. P is the point 1, 1. So P is here. Q is the point 5 minus 7. 5 minus 7 would put me somewhere around here. So this is P and this is Q. Now P and Q, we're told, are 2 points on a straight line. So let's draw our straight line going through P and Q. So this is our straight line, which is passing through P and Q. All right. And whenever we're talking about now, so from now on, when we are talking about this line that P and Q pass is, sorry, this line that passes through P and Q, we're talking about this red line. This is the line x is equal to 0. This is the origin. Now, the first thing we're asked to do is to determine the coordinates of the midpoint of PQ. Now, the midpoint of PQ look like it's here. The middle of PQ looks like it's here. This is M. It's the middle. Let us see if calculation agrees. And this is the point 3 minus 3. Let us see if calculation agrees. The formula is M, the midpoint is x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. Guys, I'm going to call this x1, y1, and call this x2, y2. Guys, it doesn't matter which point is x1, y1, and which point is x2, y2. It doesn't matter. So M, the midpoint would be x1, which is 1, plus x2, which is 5, over 2, comma, y1, which is 1, plus y2, which is minus 7, over 2. M, this is 6 over 2, comma. What is 1 plus minus 7? Anybody? What is 1 plus minus 7?
Minus 6.
Very good. This is minus 6 over 2. 1 plus minus 7 is the same as saying 1 minus 7, because a positive times a negative is a negative, and 1 minus 7 is minus 6. So the coordinate of the midpoint M is 6 divided by 2, which is 3, and minus 6 divided by 2, which is minus 3. So here, both observation and calculation agree. Both observation and calculation agree. My simple little sketch, and I look and I see that, yeah, that's the error. And when I mark it, calculation also agrees. Guys, next I'm being asked to calculate the gradient of the line PQ. Let me ask you this, guys. Do you expect the gradient of the line PQ to come out negative or to come out positive? Anybody? Anaya or Janelle, because both of you have done this topic already. Do you expect the gradient of the line PQ to come out negative or to come out positive? Janelle or Anaya?
Negative.
Very good. I'm expecting the gradient to come out negative because the line is sloping down. I'm expecting the gradient to come out negative because the line is sloping down. Guys, the gradient M is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Y2 minus 7 minus y1, which is 1, over x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is 1. Guys, what is minus 7 minus 1? Anybody?
Minus 8.
Very good. Minus 8. If the signs are the same, you add and keep the sign. And then 5 minus 1 is 4. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. And 4 into 8 goes 2. The gradient is minus 2. We were expecting it to come out negative, and it did come out negative. Guys, let me ask you a question. Just by observation, what does the y-intercept, the y-intercept look like it's what? Anybody? By observation, what is the y-intercept? By observation, guys, what is the y-intercept? Very good. The y-intercept C is equal to 3. All right, very good. And of course, 0, 3 would be the coordinates of the y-intercept. Next. P is 1, 1. And Q is 5 minus 7, x1, y1, x2, y2. Oh, we did gradient already. Yeah, we did gradient already. Y'all didn't see I was making a mistake. The axle length of line here and I did gradient. We never see. All right. All right, let's do this changes to gradient. You can put it in the correct place. And let's change this to length of line. You can put it in the correct place, guys. Length of line, length of straight of line segment. Line segment PQ. L is equal to the square root of y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square. L minus 7 minus 1 square plus y2 5 minus y1 1 square, x2 minus x1. This is minus 8 square plus 4 square. Minus 8 square means minus 8 times minus 8, which is positive 64. And 4 square is 16. 64 plus 16 is 80. So this is the square root of 80. Using my calculator, so I have the square root of 80. And this is 8.94. This is 8.94 units. That's how you answer it. The last thing, guys, for me to do, the equation of the straight line through P and Q. The equation of the straight line through P and Q. This is the formula for determining the equation of a straight line. Y is equal to M into X minus X naught plus Y naught. M, the gradient is minus 2. Now, the next input I need to the next input I need is the coordinates of any 2 points of any point on the line. These are the inputs for this equation, for this formula. I have 2 points, I have P and Q. I'm going to choose to use Q. This is 5 minus 7. In the formula, this would be my X naught and my Y naught. Pay attention, everybody. Y is equal to M, which is minus 2, into x minus x naught, which is 5, plus y naught, which is minus 7. All right, before we go any further, I want to show you something. I want to show you that we already know the equation of the line. I want to show it to you. Now, remember earlier I told you that y is equal to mx plus c is the general format of the equation of a straight line. And I told you general meaning that it's talking about all of them. I also told you that general is like someone saying, girl. Now, the thing that makes one line, straight line specific or different from any other lines is if you know the gradient and the y-intercept. We already know that the gradient is -2, and Janelle already told us that the y-intercept c is +3. Guys, what that means is that the equation of this line, the line PQ, so line PQ would be the line y is equal to m, which is -2x, plus c, which is 3. Guys, y is equal to -2x plus 3 is the equation of the straight line through P and Q. Once you know the gradient and you know the y-intercept, you know the equation of the line. A straight line is defined by its gradient and the y-intercept. All right, guys. So now, let us show you by calculation that this is true. This is the formula for calculating the equation of a straight line. Let's put the values in the formula. We did already, so let's work it out. I'm going to remove the bracket by applying distributive law. Distributive law says whatever is in the bracket is multiplied by what is immediately outside the bracket. Now, -2 times x is -2x. -2 times -5 is +10. A negative times a negative is a positive. A positive times a negative is a -7. Y is equal to -2x. 10 minus 7 plus 3 is the equation of the straight line passing through P and Q, which is exactly what I said to you guys. Once you know M and you know C, you know the equation of the line. So once you know M and you want to find the equation of the line, technically what you're really trying to find is C. All right, so that is the coordinate geometry formulae in action.